Hello Ami, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting my story. I need your support to grow more in this field. Please subscribe and support my YouTube channel. Also comment down my mistakes and alterations you would like me to do in the upcoming episodes. Disclaimer: this story has nothing to do with the real life of the members. The story is completely from my imagination. The images are taken from Pinterest and Google. In the last episode, we saw Cook and his friends, Enwu and Mingyu, hatching a plan to play a huge kidnapping prank on Jin. They thought it would be hilarious, but sometimes pranks can go too far. The three boys huddled together, trying to stay out of sight. The air buzzed with their nervous excitement. The college was now empty as the class ended a while ago. So, what's the plan, Cook? Enwu whispered, leaning closer, his eyes wide and shining in the evening light. He could barely contain his excitement. Cook, a mischievous grin stretching across his face, whispered back, I'll hide somewhere nearby, and you two are the main actors. He pointed to a small, secluded area behind a rarely used storage shed, a perfect spot where he could still see everything without being seen. It's got a clear view of here, so I won't miss Jin Hyung's reaction. Mingyu nodded, already imagining their brilliant performance. Oh, okay. So, what exactly are we supposed to do? You guys need to be here when Jin Hyung arrives, Cook explained, lowering his voice even more. Tell him I was taken by some scary guys in a dark van. Make sure you both act really convincing. Like you're super scared and shocked, almost crying. Cook even showed them a mock scared face. Mingyu puffed out his chest a little, a confident smirk playing on his lips. You can trust us with that, Cook. We're practically Oscar winners when it comes to acting. We'll make him believe it 100%. Cook chuckled, shaking his head. Alright, then, I'm off. Wish me luck. He gave them a quick thumbs up. See you guys later. Try not to laugh too much when he falls for it. He then quietly slipped away, disappearing behind the shed, heading for his hiding spot. He couldn't wait to see the priceless look on Jin's face. Enwu, though excited, had a tiny bit of worry in his voice. By when will you end this prank? He called out softly, watching Cook disappear. Cook just shrugged, already halfway gone, his voice fading a bit. That I don't know. Let's see how long it takes for him to figure it out. Enwu sighed, looking at Mingyu. Let's hope he doesn't take too long. Jin Hyung gets worried easily. Nah, it'll be fine, Mingyu said, waving his hand. It's just a prank. He'll laugh about it later. Cook left with a big, sneaky grin on his face, ready for the show to begin. He imagined Jin's panicked face, then his shocked face, and finally his laughing face when Cook popped out. It was going to be epic. He just had to find the perfect spot to watch the whole thing. Meanwhile, across town, at the busy hospital, Jin, June, and Jimin were getting ready to leave. They were talking about their day, the usual chatter of brothers. June was checking his phone, Jimin was humming a tune, and Jin was gathering his bag. Suddenly, they saw Yoongi coming towards them. He looked a bit tired, probably from his surgery, but there was also a sense of relief on his face. Hey, Yoongi, is your surgery finished? Jin asked, a warm smile on his face. Yoongi yawned, stretching his arms above his head. Yeah, Hyung. It got over even before I thought it would, and another appointments got cancelled. So I was actually coming to find you guys to say I'd go pick up Kook myself. Oh, okay, then. Jin said, thinking for a moment. He glanced at June and Jimin. What about Hobie? Is he also done with his appointments? Quote, yes, Hyung. He's done too, Yoongi replied. He just finished up. He's probably waiting downstairs now. Then let him go with June and Jimin, Jin suggested, looking at the other two. We both can go pick up Cookie. He figured it out. June nodded. Sounds good, Hyung. We'll head straight home then. Jimin agreed tone, yeah. Yoongi gave a small nod. Okay, Hyung. Then let's go now. And with that, Jin and Yoongi headed towards the college to pick up Kook. They chatted about Yoongi's surgery and their plans for the evening, completely unaware of the elaborate prank that was waiting for them at the college. June, Jimin, and Hobie, who they met downstairs, made their way towards home, looking forward to a relaxing evening. At the college, the afternoon sun was starting to deep lower, casting long shadows. Jin and Yoongi arrived, and Yoongi carefully parked the car in a spot near the main gate. I'll go and find him, Jin said to Yoongi, already unbuckling his seatbelt. You wait in the car, Yoongi. I won't be long. Okay, Hyung, Yoongi replied, pulling out his phone. He wanted to catch up on some messages and maybe check the news while he waited. He settled back in his seat. Enwoo and Mingyu, who were still near the college gate, saw Jin's car pull up. Their hearts leaped. He's here, Enwoo whispered, nudging Mingyu hard. They quickly changed their faces, pulling on their scared and shocked expressions. They started shifting their weight from foot to foot, looking around nervously, like they were looking for someone or something. Jin spotted Enwoo and Mingyu as he walked towards them. They looked really tense, almost frantic, which immediately worried him. He picked up his pace. Hey, kids, what happened? Jin asked, his voice full of concern as he reached them. Why are you guys so tense? And where's Kook? Is everything okay? Enwoo and Mingyu looked at each other, their eyes wide with fake fear, giving a quick, almost imperceptible nod. This was their cue. This was their moment to shine. Enwoo started, his voice shaky and breathless, like he had been running. Jin Hyung. Kook was kidnapped by some men. He made sure to sound absolutely terrified, his eyes darting around as if the kidnappers might still be nearby. Jin's eyes widened in disbelief. His cheerful face instantly fell. What are you saying, kid? What do you mean, kidnapped? He felt a sudden, ice-cold shiver shoot down his spine. Mingyu quickly jumped in, adding to the drama, his voice cracking. Yes, Hyung. Some really big, scary men came in a dark, black van. It had tinted windows. They just grabbed him and pulled him in. We didn't even have time to do anything. He even pretended to rub his eyes, as if wiping away tears, making sure his voice trembled. Jin felt like his whole world shattered into a million pieces. His heart pounded wildly in his chest, a sickening drumbeat against his ribs. Kook, his little cookie, kidnapped. No, this couldn't be happening. His mind raced, thinking of all the terrible things that could happen. Jin's voice trembled, a single, fat tear rolling down his cheek. He tried to laugh, a desperate, broken sound. Kids, don't joke about this, please. This isn't funny. Tell me this isn't true. He desperately hoped it was just a very bad, tasteless joke. Enwu shook his head vigorously, his act holding strong. No, Hyung, why would we joke about something like this? It was real. We saw it. That was it. The words hit Jin like a physical blow, a punch straight to his gut. The last glimmer of hope that it was a joke vanished. He felt his legs give out beneath him, trembling uncontrollably, and he kneeled down on the floor with a loud thud, completely broken. He covered his face with his hands, sobbing uncontrollably, his shoulders shaking. Cookie, he sobbed, his voice muffled by his hands. My Cookie. Yoongi, who had been quietly watching them from the car, suddenly saw Jin collapse. His eyes widened in shock. He couldn't hear what they were saying, but Jin's reaction was clear. Something was seriously, terribly wrong. He quickly opened the car door with a bang and ran towards them, his phone forgotten on the seat. Hey, Hyung, what happened? Yoongi yelled, his voice laced with panic as he reached Jin and knelt beside him. He could see Jin was crying uncontrollably, his whole body shaking. Jin Hyung, talk to me. Jin looked up at Yoongi, his face streaked with tears and snot, his eyes red and swollen. Yoongi, he choked out, his voice a broken whisper. They're saying that my Cookie got kidnapped. He buried his face in Yoongi's shoulder, starting to cry even louder, clinging to Yoongi's arm like a lifeline. He's gone, Yoongi. My Cookie is gone. Seeing Yoongi, who was usually the most calm and collected one but also the most short-tempered when truly angered, Enwu and Mingyu's eyes widened in genuine horror. Their carefully planned act shattered. They hadn't expected Yoongi to show up, and they certainly hadn't expected Jin to react this strongly, to break down completely. They suddenly felt a cold dread creep over them. The prank had gone way too far, beyond anything they could have imagined. Mingyu gulped, his fake tears now turning into real fear. Kook, watching from his hiding spot behind the shed, saw everything unfold. He saw Jin fall to his knees, his shoulders shaking with sobs. He saw Yoongi rush out of the car, his face a mask of concern. The mischievous grin completely vanished from Kook's face. His stomach dropped like a stone. He felt a sharp pang of guilt. Oh my God, Kook mumbled to himself, his voice trembling. Why did Yoongi Hyung come here? Jin Hyung, he's really crying. This isn't funny anymore. Oh, I shouldn't have come up with this plan. I need to stop this now, or I'm dead today. He knew Yoongi wouldn't take this lightly. He would be furious. Saying this, Kook burst out of his hiding spot and ran towards them, his legs pumping, his heart pounding with fear and regret. Hyungji, Kook yelled loudly, his voice filled with panic and deep regret, hoping to stop the torment. It was a prank. It was just a prank. Jin suddenly got on his feet, his eyes bloodshot from crying, his face still streaked with tears. He stared at Kook, then at Enwu and Mingyu, his mind struggling to process what he had just heard. A prank. All of this was a prank. Cookie, they said you were kidnapped. Jin's voice was a mix of shock, disbelief, and pure, raw rage. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. The fear, the heartache, the complete breakdown he had just experienced, all for a joke. It was just a prank, Hyung, I swear. I'm so sorry. Cook started to explain, trying to apologize, reaching out a hand, but he didn't get to finish his sentence. The next moment, Cook felt a sharp, burning sting on his cheek, so sudden and powerful it made his head snap to the side, and he fell to the ground with a surprise yelp. The impact left his ear ringing. It was Jin. He had slapped him. Jin stood over Cook, his chest heaving, his eyes blazing with a fury Cook had never seen before. Tears of anger now mixed with his previous tears of fear. Is that even a topic for you to pull a prank with? He roared, his voice shaking with intense emotion, a mix of profound anger and the lingering terror he had felt. Do you know how scared I was? Do you have any idea? Cook sat up slowly, his hand pressed against his stinging cheek, tears welling up in his eyes, this time real tears of pain and remorse. Hyung-ji, I'm sorry, he mumbled, his voice small, barely a whisper. I'm really, truly sorry. I didn't think. Jin looked down at him, his expression one of deep disappointment and heartbreak. It's all my fault, he said, his voice softer but still filled with a profound sense of pain. I should have known better. I shouldn't have been this lenient towards you. I spoiled you too much. No, Hyung-ji, I'm sorry. Please, I really am. Cook pleaded, trying to stand up, desperate for Jin's forgiveness. I won't ever do it again, I promise. Yoongi, who had been silent, watching the whole thing unfold, finally spoke. His voice was dangerously calm, a quiet storm. Jungkook, get in the car. He didn't raise his voice, but the command was absolute. He then looked at Jin. Jin Hyung, come, let's go. Today, I will handle him. There was no room for argument, no negotiation in his tone. Everyone knew that when Yoongi spoke like that, it was final. Jin, still shaken and unable to look at Cook, simply nodded stiffly and walked towards the car, his movements slow and heavy. Yoongi then turned his icy gaze to Enwoo and Mingyu. His eyes were narrowed, cutting through their remaining bravado. And you guys, he said, his voice low and threatening, a silent promise of trouble. I am definitely going to inform your so-called prank to your parents. Don't think you are getting away with this. Enwoo and Mingyu's faces went completely white, losing all color. Their eyes widened even more. No, Hyung, please. Please don't. Enwoo begged, practically bowing, his hands clasped together. If our parents get to know this, they'll beat us. Please, Hyung, just this once. Yoongi stared at them for a long, silent moment, making them squirm under his gaze. Okay, he finally said, his voice still firm. I'm letting you guys go this time. But mark my words, next time, don't even dare to come up with this type of prank. Not with anyone, especially not with Jin Hyung. Do you understand? Sorry, Hyung, Enwoo said, looking down at his feet, relief flooding through him. Mingyu, always a bit bolder, decided to try his luck one last time for his friend. Hyung, can you please excuse Cook also for this time? He didn't mean to make Jin Hyung cry so much. Yoongi's gaze hardened, and a dangerous glint appeared in his eyes. That, I will decide, he said, his voice flat. Now be grateful that I let you both go. Don't push your luck. Sorry, Hyung, Mingyu mumbled, shrinking back, knowing he had pushed it too far. Yoongi then turned and, without another word, grabbed Kook's arm firmly. He left, dragging Kook with him towards the car. Envu and Mingyu watched them go, giving each other helpless, terrified looks. They knew they were lucky to escape, but they also knew Kook was in deep, deep trouble. Yoongi came towards the car, his face unreadable. He opened the back door with a harsh, angry pull, and practically threw Kook into the back seat. Kook landed with a soft thud, quickly trying to make himself as small as possible. The door slammed shut with a loud, final bang, echoing the anger in the air. Jin, who was already in the passenger seat, didn't even look at Kook. He just stared straight ahead, out the window, his jaw tight, his eyes still a bit red. His silence was heavy, a suffocating blanket. The entire ride home was silent. The only sound was the low hum of the engine and the tense, almost painful, breathing of the three occupants. Kook dared not make a sound, fearing Yoongi's wrath and Jin's deep disappointment. He felt small and ashamed. Jin's silence was even more terrifying than his earlier anger. It felt like a wall had been built between them. Yoongi parked the car with a harsh screech of tires, pulled the handbrake with a sharp click, and got out. Without a word, he opened Kook's door and dragged Kook inside the house by his arm, his grip firm. Jin, who came in with them, didn't stop. He headed straight upstairs without even looking at Kook, disappearing into his room. The air in the house was thick with tension, heavy enough to cut with a knife. Hobie and June, who had been sitting in the living room, feeling the strange, heavy silence that had fallen over the house, came to take a look. They looked up as Yoongi entered, pulling a very pale and tear-stained Kook behind him. Hey, Hyung, what happened? Hobie asked, his voice full of concern, seeing the unusual scene. He rushed forward a little. Leave him, Yoongi Hyung, you are hurting him. June quickly added, standing up, yes, Hyung, leave him. What's going on? Yoongi's voice was cold and firm, like a block of ice. Today, no one will interfere in this. I will handle him. His eyes were fixed on Kook. Hobie looked even more concerned. Okay, Hyung, but please, tell us what happened first. You want to know what he did? Yoongi snapped, pulling Kook further into the living room, making him stand in front of June and Hobie. Then listen. Yoongi then explained the whole scene to them, from Kook's mischievous prank plan with Envo and Mingyu, to Jin's complete breakdown, and finally, Jin's unexpected slap. Hobie and June listened, their faces growing grimmer and more disappointed with each word. The prank didn't sound so funny anymore. When Yoongi finished, Hobie looked at Kook with deep disappointment etched on his face. He shook his head slowly. Kook, I didn't expect this from you. This was really wrong. You really disappointed me. Kook, tears streaming down his face, mumbled, sorry, Hyung. I won't repeat it again. I was just trying to pull a prank. I didn't know Jin Hyung would get so scared. June's face was stern, his eyes dark with anger. You are not a kid anymore, Jungkook. You're grown up enough to know better. You should know what to make fun with and what not to. You don't joke about kidnapping. especially with Jin Hyung, who cares so much about us. His voice was firm, filled with a rare anger. I'm sorry, Hyung. Please forgive me this time, Kook pleaded, desperate for their understanding and forgiveness, feeling completely alone. No, June said firmly, shaking his head. You pulled this to an extreme. You caused so much distress. Yoongi Hyung is right. Today he will handle you. You need to learn from this. With that, June and Hobie left the living room, heading upstairs towards Jin's room, leaving Kook alone with a very angry and determined Yoongi. They felt for Kook, but they knew he deserved a serious lesson. Jimin and Tae were still in Tae's room, completely unaware of the storm brewing downstairs, busy playing a video game. They had no idea of the quiet rage filling the house. Yoongi stared at Kook, his expression unreadable, almost cold. Go change into shorts and come to my room within 5 minutes. His voice was low, dangerous, and left no room for discussion. Kook's eyes widened in horror. He knew what that meant. Punishment. And not just a light one. He wanted to argue, to beg, to explain himself again, but he knew that if he dared to open his mouth, his punishment would only get worse. He swallowed hard. He silently made his way towards his room, his legs feeling heavy. You have 5 minutes, Yoongi added, his voice like ice, making sure Kook understood the seriousness. If you're late, your punishment will increase. Don't test me, Jungkook. Kook didn't waste another second. He practically ran to his room to get changed, knowing now he couldn't do anything in this matter. He was completely at Yoongi's mercy, and Yoongi was clearly not in a forgiving mood. After what felt like the longest, most terrifying 5 minutes of his life, Kook came into Yoongi's room. He was wearing simple, loose-fitting shorts and a plain white t-shirt, his heart pounding so hard he could hear it in his ears. His hands were clasped in front of him, fidgeting nervously. He stood stiffly in front of Yoongi, who was sitting on the edge of his bed, arms crossed, his gaze fixed on Kook. The silence in the room was deafening. Yoongi finally spoke, his voice low and steady, but with an edge of steel. Go and take my belt from the cupboard. The one on the top shelf, the black leather one. Kook's eyes widened even more in horror, if that was possible. A belt. This wasn't just serious. This was really serious. He felt a wave of dread wash over him, making his knees tremble slightly. He hadn't been hit with a belt since he was a small child. But just like before, knowing that any word or delay would only make things worse, he silently made his way towards the dark cupboard in Yoongi's room. His hand trembled as he reached up, his fingers brushing against the cool, smooth leather belt on the top shelf. He took it down, the familiar weight in his hand feeling strangely heavy, like a sign of the pain to come. He turned slowly, holding the belt out to Yoongi, his head bowed, waiting for what was next. That's it for today. I hope you all like it. Please subscribe and support me, and also, please be free to make suggestions to make my writing better. Thanks to everyone who are supporting me. I wanted to include the punishment part in this episode, but while writing the episode it got too big. Till this only it took 10k plus words, so I decided to make it as next episode. From the last episode there was no increase in subscribers count. Is it because my writing is not good? There is always 40 plus views for my videos, but the subscription is only 16. Please inform me through comments if you need any improvements in my writing. I'm not setting any target for the next episode. Please subscribe if you like my writing. Thank you. Also, I need a suggestion. Should I decrease the length of the video?